Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So I also want to show you what my website looks like. I sell an array of different items. I have moisturizing body butters, essential oil blends, which I make myself. And I have other things up here, accessories, candles, gift sets, soaps, bath bombs, body butters for gentlemen, and holidays and celebrations. So definitely feel free to support me, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now we're going to get into the video. So today we're actually going to be talking about a tweet that I saw. I actually seen it on Instagram, and you know how people like put things on Instagram, then they'll put it on Twitter. So I ended up seeing it on Instagram, and it kind of like sparked some things for me. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do a little bit of research and figure out what's going on with it. So I'm going to show you the little tweet that I seen over here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I'm going to enlarge it. So it's by a guy named Graham Elwood, which, by the way, I love Graham Elwood, him, Jimmy Dore, Ron Placone, you got Aramate. I mean, there's so many, Stephanie, there's so many, but yeah, this is by him, and I really enjoy his videos, so definitely check him out. He is the political vigilante, by the way. So he had this tweet that he made, and it says, at the Oscars, a room of millionaires watch a comedian millionaire get slapped by a Scientologist millionaire at a fancy theater a block away from a tent city. So I looked at that and I thought about it, and I'm like, that's interesting, because I didn't know. This was my first time ever really watching the Oscars, and the reason why is because I was watching this podcast on Twitch. So I'm over here looking at it and I'm like, where are they located? And it just had a whole bunch of questions that I'm trying to think about, because I'm like, okay, it's a millionaire. Most of them, if not all of them, are millionaires. What's going on? Let me do a little bit of digging. So I went and actually looked up like what place that they were at, right? And I'm going to direct you guys' attention over here. And it says, I just looked up the Dolby Theater, which is in Los Angeles, Hollywood Boulevard, and it has a capacity of a little over 3,400 people. So you may be like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with millionaires? And there's a tent city over there. What does that even mean, right? Well, 3,400 people, that means that there was a lot of millionaires in there, okay? I do have a couple of other articles over here, such as this one. I looked, and of course, I will be linking everything down below in the description box. So if you do want to look at it in more detail, things that maybe I have missed, or things I just simply did not cover, you guys are free to do so, okay? So I looked it up, and it said, how much is the Oscars costing this year, right? And this one is for this year. This wasn't an old article, because I do have an article that's from last year, but this one's from this year. And it says, for the first time in 4 years, it's telecasting. I'm going to go to the nitty gritty over here. It said in total, the 2022 Oscars will cost $42 million. Now, I knew it was a lot of money, okay? Because I'm like, okay, this looks a little too polished. Everyone has little fancy seats. But 42 mil? Okay. And it says each 24-karat gold-plated Oscar statue reportedly is set to be $400, which I kind of thought that was going to be a little bit more, but I guess not really, because there are a lot of people that are receiving them. But that's a lot of money in of itself for a trophy as well. You're spending all this money, then you have this. But wait, it does get a little bit more interesting. So it says to attend the Vanity Fair Oscar party this year, it's $80,000 per couple, making it the most expensive after party on record. And there's actually a video, because as you guys know, the infamous Will Smith, who slapped Chris Rock, seeing that happen when Chris Rock was trying to present the documentary that won. They had a video of Will Smith. He was, doing the get jiggy with it, the la 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 la, that song. And he was at an after party. So you still went, and it cost $80,000 per couple, which I did not know. It says A-list actors can expect to pay an average of $10 million on their outfits. Although this number varies from $1.5 million for the average attendees ensemble and $266,000 for a first-timer, which still, that is a lot of money, okay? They're in LA, Hollywood, whatever. That's a lot of money people are spending on outfits, on jewelry. And granted, some people do get their stuff like a sponsored thing or whatever. They're getting paid for it, you know, if they're wearing some kind of avant-garde kind of outfit. But still, it's millions of dollars, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And as Graham Elwood said over here, as he said, you are living in a tent city. I mean, you are near a tent city, and all these millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars are being spent. Meanwhile, people are living on the street. That's crazy. You know, I mean, let's get into it. So it later on says, for Los Angeles, the Oscars has an economic boom of $130 million as an annual event revenue the city gets from the awards ceremony. Okay. Meanwhile, there are people who are still on the street, sleeping on the street. There are people who are still out there, right? So I went and looked, and I heard that people are getting these bags. You know, it's like the nominees, you know, hey, you're nominated for Best Picture or whatever, and people get these bags. And I'm like, well, what's in the bag, right? So this is what I found out. It says, what's in the nearly $140,000 gift bag, right? So they have all this information in here, and of course you can look at it if you like. I will direct your attention over here where it says this year's bag is valued at over $137,000 and includes items ranging from designer popcorn. Yes, you read that right. Designer popcorn. I'm like, okay. What? All right. Didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. To a voucher for a $12,000 worth of liposuction. Okay, that's interesting. So the gift bags have their own reputation, and we're gonna come down to here. They have all this is like a nice little picture or whatnot. But I'm gonna go down here to these bullet points to actually tell you what is essentially what's in here. All right. So it says the bag also includes 52 other items and experiences, and above is different things on there that tell you like, hey, what is it for? I mean, what's in there? And it says a $12,000 celebrity arms liposuction procedure from cosmetic surgeon. Okay, the title of Lord or Lady of Glencoe, along with small plot of land in Scotland. $25,000 worth of home renovations from Los Angeles-based construction. An assortment of flavor-wrapped popcorn packets from Old Pop Pop. Up to $10,000 worth of treatments and rejuvenation procedures. A $15,000 4-night stay at 2 of the Golden Door luxury resort and spa. A small batch of tea gift. And you know it's expensive. You know everything in here is expensive, okay? So you popcorn, which, you know, you get a pack of it for $5. You know this stuff is overpriced, and it probably ain't even that good. And it says a $12,000 life coaching session with wellness expert. Now, you know, people talking about, oh, they were the free, that's referring to like taxes and stuff like that. But just looking at that, I'm like, wow, 12 liposuction, popcorn, tea, you know, you're getting all this stuff, and it's worth, you know, home renovations and all that stuff, which is interesting. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, so we know about what? We know there's about 34, so you could just say a safe number will probably be around 3,000, maybe 2,500 celebrities, staff, whatever, right? So, you know, there's a lot of millionaires in there all in all, okay? So, you know, you look at that, you see how much the Oscars cost, the 42 mil, come over here, you see all of this stuff that they have in the bag, how much it's costing, and that's not even everything. There's more stuff in there as well. So then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, in the tweet, Graham Elwood mentioned a tent city. I'm like, okay, well, it's a tent city. Well, what happens to the homeless people? Do I really want to go on a red carpet and walk down the avenue and then see, you know, homeless people begging for money? I'm a rich celebrity. They have to go, right? That's what they're thinking. So I then found this article. Now this article is from last year, but the same stuff pretty much applies. And it says LA's homeless reportedly booted from encampment before Oscar ceremony. And I'm just going to start over here. So the city of Los Angeles allegedly kicked homeless people out of their encampment next to this year's Academy Awards venue to present a glitzy image while in the national spotlight. Scores of homeless people, many living in tents near the Union Station building in downtown LA, were allegedly threatened and ordered to leave in the days leading up to the star-studded event. And then this was an account from someone else. And it said they came to us about a week ago saying that we had to move by Friday 6 p.m. because they were trying to clean up for the Oscars. And it says it was a homeless man that identified as DJ. They told us that if we didn't move, they were just going to demolish our stuff, and that if you have warrants, they're going to take you to jail. Now, you have millionaires, and when I say million, I don't mean like you have like $1.1 million. These people are worth, tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. May even have some billionaires in there. Okay? So you have people who are worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. You're kicking people out. And this is all news to me, just from one tweet. And this is why it's important, to go and follow people with, an intellect, so that you can, get your mind thinking like, oh man, this isn't as simple as just like, yes, millionaires buy that. No, it's what's going on, what's leading up, how much money's involved, So it's $42 million, sorry. To have the Oscars already. You're charging couples $80,000 to attend some bougie party. You're giving them $140,000 worth of, crap pretty much, liposuction, home renovations, which, let's be real, if they're worth that much money, they don't really even need that. Vacations, 2-night, whatever, expensive popcorn, tea, that kind of stuff. And then the people who are living there, you boot them out, and hey, you can stay in a hotel. We'll set up a hotel for you, but it's only going to be for like a day or two, maybe a week, because they said a week prior. So at most a week, we'll let you stay in a hotel, but after that, you got to go. We're not worried about you. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. A solution that I actually thought about, something that could have been more beneficial. I don't know. There are rundown hotels and motels, abandoned properties. Would it make sense to build some kind of, or even like a tiny home community, or you get one of those abandoned properties, those rundown ones, maybe like a mom and pop, and you offer them like, hey, can we essentially buy you out, and use that for homeless people. Use it as a way so that they could not just have a place to stay for, I don't know, a week, 5 days. How about actually make it so that they can have a place to stay for, I don't know, almost forever, until you could get them on their feet? How about have some kind of philanthropy thing going on, some kind of charity for that, versus just saying, all right, well, we're going to kick you out. Because the Oscars have been going on for, I think, 93, 92 years, and to me, it's like, what are you guys even doing? You have all this money, you have all these people who are in their fancy, schmancy outfits, obviously, and I heard that their numbers have been dropping. Obviously, they picked up this year because of the incident that happened, which was assault, by the way. But looking at that, I'm just like, okay, what are you guys even doing? You guys have all this money. You guys can't, stop the show for a moment or something like that. And maybe just be like, okay, well, you know what? Hey, can you all donate? If you're going to be like $80,000 a couple, hey, how about everyone pay, $10,000? Everyone put in $10,000. That's your ticket into the Oscars. You put $10,000 and that goes into this, because since we have it here often, we're going to now, buy real estate. We're going to buy something. We're going to build, a tiny home community or something, so that we can have homeless people to have a home finally. But no, your solution to it is just kicking people out and be like, okay, well, you got to go because you're ruining our look. You're homeless and we don't like that. You're ruining our look. And I don't know if you even noticed, but in California, they have like an app. It's an actual app on your phone, and it's called like, I forgot the name, but it's essentially for human feces, because homeless people are literally taking a crap anywhere out there. You know, I mean, you've turned them into like, it's like you've run them out. You've turned them into like this animal. You know what I mean? That you've created, and then you're just like, oh well, deal with it. You know, we're multimillionaires. You could do it just like us, right? And that's their whole logic behind this. But they're not understanding, like, you are really ruining everything else for other people. You have all the money, all the resources to actually help people out, and then you refuse to do so. So yeah, this tweet really like spoke volumes to me, because I'm just like, what the heck are we even doing, you guys? What are we even doing? Why have all that money if you're not even going to use it for the benefit of other people in a serious, more direct way? Because you have people who say, oh, I donated to Red Cross, and that's so like, here, I'll just do it. Here, just take it. Okay, I'll just do it. And there you go. And you're not really having people who are truly there, really using their money for something that is truly beneficial. Because I don't know if these celebrities know or not. You know, they're like, oh, I'm a millionaire, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm a billionaire. Look at me, you could do it too. You do realize that you got all that money because other people supported you, especially at the Oscars. We watched your movies. We went to the movie theaters. We streamed your stuff. We watched your stuff. And then you start getting money from that. You get money from deals because people follow you. You get money if you had no one. I don't care if you're Beyonce. If you had no one listening to your music, buying your albums, streaming any of your stuff, you would have no money. You get what I mean? Unless you're doing like some real estate or something like that. But if no one supported anything you're doing, you got where you are from support. And it's like, now you have people that need it. They need your help. And you guys could easily just snap your finger and be like, hey, yeah, all these homeless people, yeah, let's get them in a hotel, or let's get them in a, you know, a house or apartment or whatever, and we could easily pay it for a year. Yeah, that's easy. You probably would have like one person that could pay for all of them for an entire year, and it'd be nothing to them because they're worth millions and millions, and nothing is being done. You know, so that's my opinion on it. That really just like struck a nerve for me. I'm like, wow, people are really doing this. But yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, it's annoying, but it is what it is. But until then.